I don't think that I've ever owned a car that quite has the presence that the 1M clone has. This thing is so wide for how short it is. Out of all of the cars that I have built, I am most proud of this build. That's mostly because of how much time and energy I've put into this build, but also how far it's come in such a short amount of time. It's only been 6 months since I've owned this car. When I first bought it, it didn't have an engine, it was missing a plethora of parts, and it was just overall in really bad condition. And now we are sitting here today in front of what I consider to be a very, very proper, well-built 1M clone. And to be honest, we're just beginning. The number one question that I get from you guys is how much did it actually cost to build this car? And is it worth it? Before we even get into this video, you guys, I want to remind you that I have a Google Sheet linked down below. It is a public sheet where you can go in and actually see every single part that I've ordered for this car, the part numbers, the direct links, as well as the costs of each part and the totals. So you can kind of get an idea of what it would take to build this car. So there are obviously a lot of things to consider when you are building a 135 to 1M clone like this. There are a lot of options out there. You can get fiberglass replica body kits. You can get full OEM quarters. Basically, the route that I went was mostly 99% OEM 1M parts from BMW. And where I shaved a little bit of the cost was on the rear quarters. So I went with a fiberglass 1M replica flare that basically just replicates the exact 1M rear quarter. Going with these flares versus the OEM metal quarter panels saved me a lot of time, a lot of money, and just a ton of labor as well when it came to the actual bodywork of the car. As far as the rear quarters are concerned, that's really going to be up to you guys whether you want to wait to order those 1M rear quarters from Germany. It is going to take some time. They are special order. The bodywork is obviously going to be much more intensive as it's going to be a glass out job if you go that route. Or you can go the fiberglass route, which I know hundreds of 1M clones out there are running the fiberglass flares. And as long as you approach that method the correct way, you should be just fine. So there are going to be a few things that I'm leaving out of this video, which are more of the performance modifications, engine modifications, and the cost of all of that, because really the purpose of this video is just geared towards anyone who's trying to take their 135 and make it look like a 1M. So before we actually get into the cost of what it took to make this car what it is today, one of the questions that I wanted to address is rather than building a 1M clone, why didn't I just go out and buy an actual 1M? And there's a few reasons for that. The first being the cost. As you guys will find out later in the video, it is significantly cheaper to build a 1M replica than to actually go out and buy a real 1M. Those are very, very expensive and special models. I'm more interested in taking a car that is on its last leg and breathing new life into it. That is really what this channel has been all about over the past few years, is trying to find these cars that may just not have much of a future left in them and sort of giving them a new life. I'm really preferring the builds and the projects over just going out and buying a special VIN. If you know anything about my M4 GTS that I owned, that is a very good case in point. I did love that car, but it was sort of like I was just tiptoeing around the VIN number. So rather than buying a 1M and going really crazy on modifications, making it super fast, putting a big single turbo into it, driving it as much as humanly possible, with a 1M clone, I really don't need to worry about defacing the actual 1M VIN. There's just a lot more freedom involved when I know deep down this is just a 135. It's not a real 1M. You could most certainly go out and buy a 1M and do all of this to it, but the reality is once you get to that point, you are going to be spending way more money than you would if you just went ahead and built your own. Now I understand that building your own car isn't for everybody, but that is really what this channel is all about, and that's what I enjoy. I love project cars. I love building these cars. And also, it's a significant part of what my business is. If I just went out and bought a 1M, well, there really wouldn't be much content there for you guys. And there's a lot of people who are interested in building these clones. They want to see that step-by-step process. So there was a huge opportunity there for me to go ahead and buy a 135 that needed a new life, have a really fun experience learning how to do all of this new stuff to just the N54 platform in general, as well as body work for the first time and actually building out this car, and of course making the content for you guys. So it was pretty much a no-brainer that the 135 to 1M clone was definitely the route that I wanted to take things, rather than just going out and buying a 1M. I know that I've explained that before in the past, but I continually get comments, people asking that, but this really all just comes down to the passion and the love for building cars and enjoying that process as well while sharing the content with you guys. So like I said, if you guys want to go ahead and follow along in the cost breakdown, go ahead and hit that link down in the description. So all of the OEM parts that I used, remember I did not use the OEM 1M metal quarter panels, I went with the fiberglass flares. So the total cost of all of those parts at MSRP was $12,795. Now that would be the cost for the general public. However, for me, I have a wholesale account with BMW. I also have a great relationship with my local BMW dealership. So I'm certainly lucky to get a lot of these parts at a significantly cheaper rate. I'd say that my ballpark estimate on the costs for me was about $7,000 versus the $13-ish thousand. So I definitely saved some cash there. But for the purpose of this video, we're gonna go with the MSRP cost, because really that's what most people are gonna be paying in order to achieve this. Now, if you guys saw any of the videos of us actually building this car, you would know that I actually cut into the quarter panels with a friend of mine. We ended up doing the bonding, the fiberglass, all of the work on the rear quarter, and I also fit everything to the car myself as far as the OEM parts are concerned. With that being said, when it actually went to the body shop, they really just had to finish off the molding and shaping of the rear quarters, and then lastly, I had them paint the entire car minus the roof and minus the trunk. So the entire car got a fresh respray of jet black. The trunk and the roof were in good condition, so there was really no reason to touch those. Now let's rewind and talk a little bit about the cost of my actual car. So I actually bought this car from a friend of mine that owns a shop called CES Motorsport. Like I said before, this car did not have an engine in it. It was missing a lot of parts. So I was able to get this car, the shell, without a motor for $5,000. I then sourced an engine from Straight Six Auto Parts for $2,500. Now there were more costs involved in terms of refreshing that engine, but for all intents and purposes of this video, I'm not going to include any of that. So my cost to get into this car roughly was $7,500, the car and the motor. Of course, there was some labor involved installing the motor. I actually learned how to do rod bearings on this car for the first time ever. I also walnut blasted this engine. We replaced all of the seals, basically just did all of the maintenance and performance upgrades right out of the gate, as well as the the Musselman upgraded turbos. So this car currently does have twins. However, in the future, we will be going to a big single. So if we take the entire cost roughly to build a 1M clone, if you would have gotten the car at $7,500 like I did, your cost would be around $20,000, $20,295 to be exact. My cost was roughly $14,500, so $14,500. Now, if we discuss what an actual 1M is going to cost, it's going to be around $60,000 to $80,000 to just get yourself into a real 1M. I believe the US only got 960-ish real BMW 1M models. So it's definitely a unique and special car. And that goes back to my other point. You know, if you buy a real 1M and you're about to spend $70,000 on that car, most people are not going to devalue that car by throwing a bunch of modifications at it, ripping it in the canyons, putting a single turbo on it, driving it the way that most people would drive a modified 135. So technically I built this car for about $50,000 to $60,000 less than what it would actually take to get into a real 1M. Not to mention we have content that people are going to be able to view for a lifetime, as well as just help other people out who want to build these cars in general. There's also the experience that I gained from building this car, which is just immense. And lastly, it is just incredibly fulfilling to take a car that was on its last leg, bring it back to life, and really see that end goal after months and months and hundreds of hours of work in your garage, trying to bring this thing back to life. Seeing that finished product is absolutely priceless. All right, so hopefully that brings you guys a little bit of clarification as to what it's taken to get this car to the point that it's at right now. I do want to say we are far from finished. I literally just got the bodywork done. We have so much more work to do, but so many people are asking this question because I think that this is just a very popular conversion. And to be honest, it's not too expensive. If you think about the total cost of what it takes to bring your car to this level, that's really not that bad. Now, these are older cars, so the value is kind of all over the place depending on condition and mileage, but mine being a single hump 6-speed red interior on black 135 with the N54, I think that I got mine for a really good price, and I was able to build it out to an even better price. So I'm really happy with where it's at now. We just have a lot more work to do in the future. So here's the car in all of its glory. I think it looks really good. I did recently change out the halos to just a brighter white, kind of like I have in my E92 M3, and then I also went ahead and put LEDs into the corner signals, so they're no longer just halogen yellow bulbs. They're actually like pure deep LEDs, and they look really nice. There are also a lot of little bits on this car that you're going to notice that obviously are not stock, that aren't factory, one being the exhaust. The tail lights are a little bit different. I do have a carbon fiber trunk spoiler, but some of these cosmetic things were actually already on this car. You'll also notice that I'm running the 513M wheels, which I think for like a daily driven setup and just an overall street car, this is a fantastic looking setup on this car. I really wanted like an OEM look to the car. That's kind of why I stuck with OEM wheels. However, I do have two other sets of wheels coming for my E92 M3, and those are transferable between the 135 to 1M clone as well as the E92 M3. Last little thing that I have coming are the 1M mirror caps, so I will be running those. I think that those are going to look a lot better on this car as well. You'll also notice the hood is a little bit different. This is a full Sabon carbon fiber hood. Again, that's not really something that you have to run. It's just something that I opted for because I thought it looked a lot better than the factory one. So of course the total cost of this build in particular so far is going to be a lot more because of all of the work that I've done outside of just the OEM 1M parts, as well as the parts needed to make this into a 1M clone. But really for the purpose of this video, I just wanted to kind of get you guys into the ballpark of knowing what you would be spending in order to make your 135 into a 1M clone. So hopefully this answers some of your questions, guys. I've just been driving this thing constantly lately. I am in love with it. I can't tell you how many times I've just parked this car, gotten out, and stared at it. It is just such a cool looking car. And like I said before, it's easily one of my favorite builds that I've ever done on this channel. Anyways, make sure you guys hit that link in the description if you're interested in any of the parts. But that is going to wrap up this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.